The nation's top doctor is worried about kids' social media use, and we have an exclusive investigation looking into what happened a year ago in Uvalde, Texas. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. It's Wednesday, May 24th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. South Carolina passed a 6-week abortion ban. The state Senate voted for the ban yesterday. It'll go into effect when the governor signs it, which he's promised to do as soon as possible. The chamber's 5 female senators, 3 of them Republicans, had been blocking the measure. One of them, Republican Katrina Shealy, spoke about her opposition to the abortion ban yesterday on the Senate floor.
We in the South Carolina legislature are not God. We do not know what is going on in someone else's life. We do not have the right to make decisions for someone else. If you listen to some members of the other chamber just the other day, they feel it is their right to make decisions for women, and it amazes me.
Across the South, most states, with the exception of Virginia, have implemented abortion restrictions since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade last year. We're tracking laws across the country. You can find a link with that information in our show notes. Number 2. Russia now effectively controls Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine. The city has been the scene of the war's longest and bloodiest battle, which has left thousands of Russian and Ukrainian soldiers dead. Russian forces appear to have taken what's left of the city, but they're expected to struggle to hold on to it. In related news, the United States is trying to distance itself from an incident that happened in the Russian region of Belgorod this week. Russia says that the area was attacked by pro-Ukrainian fighters. Ukraine has denied any involvement. Number 3. Ron DeSantis is expected to announce his 2024 presidential run today. And the Florida governor is doing it on Twitter with the social media platform's billionaire CEO, Elon Musk. They'll appear together in a space. That's Twitter's audio chat format. Musk has become an influential figure in Republican politics. He's met privately with DeSantis and echoed his criticisms of what they call wokeness. DeSantis will be the 7th candidate to officially enter the race for the Republican nomination. The first Republican debate is set to take place in August. Story number 4. It's been a year since a massacre at a school in Uvalde, Texas. 2 teachers and 19 children were killed when a gunman opened fire at Robb Elementary School. Police waited over an hour to confront the gunman, but a post-investigation found that officers who botched a response to the shooting have faced few consequences since then. In an exclusive video that the Post released today, we hear from teachers like Arnulfo Reyes. He described the feeling he and many teachers had waiting for help.
And I thought, okay, for sure they're going to come in this time. They're going to come save us. They never came in.
Efforts to change the lax gun laws in Texas following the shooting have stalled. And nationwide, Congress has shown little support for new laws to address gun violence. Number 5. The nation's top doctor expressed concern about kids' social media use. Excessive use of social media as a child may lead to higher risk of poor mental health. This is what U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy wrote in a report released yesterday. The report said that up to 95% of teenagers are on some form of social media. Murthy's warning comes during a mental health crisis for teens and children. He urged technology companies to do a more effective job at assessing the potential harms to children online. Our 6th story today. Home prices are falling around the country. Hundreds of counties have seen prices drop in the past year after a surge during the pandemic. This is partly because rising interest rates have made mortgages unaffordable to many potential buyers. Of the counties where prices fell, 77% were in the West, with prices dropping 11% in San Francisco. You can search to see what it's like in your area at WashingtonPost.com. Number 7. Netflix's password crackdown has finally started in the U.S. Starting now, anyone borrowing a Netflix account login from someone living at a different address will have to get their own account or pay $7.99 a month. Only people who pay for the $15.49 a month standard or the $19.99 a month premium plan will have the option to pay for additional users. The company started sending out emails on Tuesday to people it determined are breaking the rules, and it'll continue rolling them out to primary account holders in the coming days. Around 100 million people use Netflix without paying for it, and streaming companies say that they need to boost revenue as they struggle with increased competition. And just like that, you are all caught up. But I want to remind you that The 7 goes out every weekday morning as a newsletter. That's where you'll find more in-depth coverage of the stories we talk about each day on this podcast. To see what I'm talking about, hit the link in our show notes. That's where you can sign up. I'm Jeff Pierre. Thanks for listening, and I'll meet you back here tomorrow.